What up, Webb?
What up, though, B?
Nothing. What up, D?
What up, dog?
Hey, new digs, guys.
I know, right?
Check us out. Check us out.
We're upgraded on the studio. Webb, come up.
I
Good job,
mean,
bro. Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it, everything moving forward.
That's right. Supporting local businesses and
Exactly.
trying to put a professional face on the show.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is cool, man. I'm like geeked. I don't know.
It's been a minute since we
haven't
got
done
back
this
in
a
here.
while.
Yeah,
Everybody's been
so
on vacation and all
knock
that
the
fun
dust
stuff.
off it.
Yeah, right.
Vacation.
Do you remember how to do this? I don't know.
Man.
Yeah.
I
How
will
was your
say
vacation?
I felt FOMO because you guys all went, and I had to take it a week later.
Vacation was interesting, bro. It was definitely interesting.
It was. The fact that, so, with kids, right? Because,
Whole
like,
different ball game.
right, whole ball game. And no offense to kids, but I don't have any, and y'all do. And so it was definitely a different experience, especially with all the newborns and, like, people being pregnant. So that was one thing. But also, of course, our group got yelled at in the first, 15 minutes because we had, extension cords trying to charge the Tesla and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Hanging off the balcony.
Yeah, so that was like.
You know what
So
I
this is a
realized
fire
about
hazard.
you know what I realized about vacation? I did not know how to vacation. And what I mean was going to the beach. So
There's a science to it.
there's it's not
Is there?
yeah, there's a science, but there's in my mind I thought we just showed up at the beach. I didn't think to bring umbrella,
toys, yeah,
chairs,
all that good stuff.
You got a cooler, so you know what I mean. I was first time around. Sorry, this is the first experience. So
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't take any responsibility though. I'm putting blame on the missus for that. That's something you supposed to cover.
I mean, I could put blame anywhere I want. I should blame y'all niggas for this one for not giving me a heads up.
I didn't
on
realize
hey,
you've never been to the beach before,
right?
that.
You never been to the beach?
We've
Speak
had
up,
hours of
like-
conversation, but long story short, no, it was definitely one of the really good experiences I've had.
Yeah.
First vacation for the Burns house. What's up, guys? Maybe number 2 with all 4 of us. So
Yes,
that was pretty cool. But vacation was awesome. I'm excited for next year. Ready to see what we do. next time around.
Yeah, it definitely was a trip, and
Bali.
yeah, Bali. Okay,
Bali.
yeah.
I'm just putting that in the
Yeah, okay.
atmosphere, speaking
Stay in
into
some little
existence.
huts and,
Is there a certain number of vacations you're supposed to take a year?
I think 2.
2 vacations a year?
Is that
2
it?
a summer?
Well, I mean, okay, are we talking about work constraints, in what your employer, your wage?
Because you only got a certain amount of time,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Well, okay. So
You go
I
on
asked this
pay, I
question
guess.
to a couple other people, and one of the questions was one of the answers was, well, we go on vacation with the mom side, and then we go on vacation with the dad side if they're separated. So that's a guaranteed 2 vacations a year right there.
Right.
But then is that your vacation, or are you just mooching? Because I'm all, and I'm not saying that I'm all for mooching a vacation off of someone.
You said it,
Don't
mooching.
I 100% sign up for that. But is it your vacation then, or are you just tagging along?
I don't know, bro. I think
know?
you're probably just tagging along.
I mean, does it matter though?
I mean, if you get invited, as long as it's not
Yeah,
your
right,
idea,
that's it,
it's
that's
not
it.
your vacation. You just got invited, so you
right.
go
Okay.
parlay.
I'm with that. I'm with
Be
that.
a body.
Mm.
Be a body for the experience.
Semantics, I guess. Here, But if you got the time, take it, right? I mean, I guess what does your employer give you? What do you?
They don't
what do you,
give. They don't
not
give
that
you
they
enough.
give you. What do
bro.
you earn?
Fuck that.
right?
Fuck what I earn. You know what? It should be mandatory that when you break down the science of how much you work during the year to only get 12
it's a
days
scam
off
anyway.
or 11
Yeah,
days
it's a
off.
scam.
Fuck that.
It's a
You should
scam
be
anyway.
off.
Fuck
You
Henry
should have
Ford for
one
the
week
40-hour
off.
work
That's
week.
right.
You should
that's
have
right.
1 week off every quarter. And it should be mandated. You should take every 3 months or every quarter. You should be required to take 1 week off from work.
A quarter. I think you should get a week a month.
Yeah.
Work a month, get a week.
What about-
if you can accrue PTO, right?
Yeah, right.
And I'm not just saying
that's
using
12 weeks of-
PTO. I'm
12
saying
I'm just saying though, if you
fuck that.
can
That's
do
just
that, then it
mandatory.
can just,
Yeah.
you can actually stop the accruing PTO if you mandate
Yeah, so much.
a
Right?
week out every month.
Well,
or
some
so.
employers have unlimited PTO. That,
Mhm.
as long as your work is done, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I think it should just be like common law, like it is to work
I
40-hour
don't-
work weeks.
I
It
don't
should be
disagree.
Where do you got to
man.
start with on the
Some
local?
countries have. I mean, I know some other countries have. 12 weeks of leave every
Yeah,
year. That
right,
right.
So
Right.
I don't know. I think it would probably in our country. However, yay capitalism. I think it would have to start with employers, and embracing it, and then maybe
What is the math? Well, 40 hours a week.
I'm just saying,
That's
if
a
you
lot.
work, if you got 1 week a month, it would be 12 weeks of leave a year. That's like the summer. Like you get the summer off.
Nah, fuck that, bro. I think once a week, every quarter, should be a mandatory vacation.
All right, so you get 4 weeks a year.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I'm
Like,
giving you 12
it's probably
months.
it's more than most people get right now.
Yeah, I'm giving up 12 months, and I'm only asking for 1 month off.
Yeah,
Spread out over the course of a year.
I don't disagree with you, D.
Did y'all hear about the guys, or who is it overseas? They're implementing, or they're trying to do like a 4-day work week. I want to say it's like Sweden or some shit.
Like one of those Nordic
Finland.
countries.
Yeah, I did hear
Yeah.
about that.
And apparently, it all
They're
looks
fucking
swimmingly.
living it. Yeah.
The results are very promising.
Yeah, they're living in like 2045 right now.
As long as someone just starts it, I'm sure it'll come, the trickle down
Yeah, it'll
effect.
get
So I'm
somewhere.
all for it. Like,
Well,
just
that's the
keep moving the needle.
Well, that's the big debate now,
Mhm.
with a lot of folks is like, if your job is making you go back to the office, do you stay? Especially if like there's other company, if you value working at home and having that opportunity, that specific flow, you can opt to quit your job maybe and take a lower paying job or something like that, but that allows you to work from anywhere. So I don't know. So I think we're, I know personally of people that are a bunch of people in my feed that have like quit jobs, taken new ones because they're remote and they don't have to go back to the
I'm not
office.
going
and
fucking back. I'm not going back.
Move to Colorado.
It was like everybody go home, lock down, go home. Oh shit, come back. No.
Nah, what do you mean?
Nope.
What do you mean? You gonna fire me?
That's it.
Fire
Come
me.
back.
Yeah,
Nah,
no,
I'm
it's
cool,
tough.
bro. It's all right. We had to adjust. I mean, for those that have that opportunity, I mean, more power to you, man.
No, yeah.
Fucking explore it.
I wonder how does that affect, like, do you think, so we're talking about like the change and the trickle down effect. Do you think like this big shift all at one time will cause that to happen faster, or will you think there'll be more resistance to it? Because we're like living in it right now. It's not like this like over time. It's like it happened in like 12 months and now you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Change is coming. I believe once something is implemented, no matter where it is, it's only going to open up the eyes of other people who may particularly want to partake in that type of system. But who knows? Because the way the world is, change is happening. I just don't know what it's going to look like for the long
There's
term.
a lot of change.
I think you got more resistance coming from this vaccine than you're going to have on people resisting a 4-day work week or 4 weeks a year off per se. Being that like you said, change is here, it's happening. You're on, it's live. So with that being said, for the most part, I think everybody's going to adapt to it. And if it's making your life a little bit easier, or you're getting more family time at home, or you're experiencing more of what you find valuable, you ain't gonna have too much of a resistance there.
I think it's all what you value, and that's it. Exactly what you said.
about
Valuable.
that.
It's all what you
Yeah.
value. Like, do you value being able to like take the trash out on your lunch break instead of like being in the office, or do you value like that time away from maybe your significant other, cooped up in the house?
Yeah,
it
all depends.
Yeah,
it all depends.
It's that balance, and I think that.
I mean, a lot of people, even though like may want to work from home, would have to. Not that they have to, but like personally, if I was going to work from home, I would want a designated area to, have that space, and everybody doesn't have that.
Yeah.
You're making your office in the closet or
Makeshift. Yeah, I think that
the
plays
dining
another
room
factor.
table.
and then your bed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then now here you go. Now we got to put it on the mental health aspect, because I work from home and I'm stuck in the house all day, and
Yeah, I can mess with some people.
I just wanna get
I
out.
just want to get out
Yeah, I
the
can mess with
house,
some
and then like now we got mental health issues, and then we're gonna
Weigh
point
it
the
all
finger
out.
on it's COVID's fault.
Well, it's
Right.
funny though, because like before that, I will be happy to admit that like I had mental health issues about like I gotta go to the office every day. Like you get a kind of a slave to the grind. You know what I mean? So to
Yeah.
see it on the flip side, I just wonder like how much does the balance become a driver in the workforce and the economy and how people choose to live their life, and then does it trickle down, and do we see it in mass in all kinds of different fields? So.
Yeah.
Definitely something interesting. We'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
What else, fellas? I was actually interested in something that me and you were talking about a few days ago with the door-to-door situation. I think they implemented that in North Carolina already.
That resistance. I wanted to use that resistance as a transition over to this door-to-door vaccination.
Yeah.
That's like rolling out. So
I think I think they rolled it out in North Carolina already. They have some public officials and stuff going door to door, and I don't necessarily know if they're giving the shot door to door or just providing the information,
you an opportunity to take that shot.
Access.
That's what that's how the more I read about it, that's what it sounds like, right? Similar to like the census, right? You know how like door knockers come for the census and like, hey, did you take it? Do you want to take it now, or you could take it online and like look over the information and take it later, right? So I interpret it as that more than like knock knock, here's your shot. Like
I don't know what the difference is between knock knock, here's your shot, or like, hey, we're here if you want to come get your shot.
So I would say like
you gotta kind of be under a rock if like you don't know that.
I think that, but also too like I do think and know that access to healthcare is still a problem in a lot of rural areas, right? Even here, like in the surrounding, the greater Pittsburgh area, you get in like some of the places in Greene County and Fayette County, like you're in the holler, man, and there's not really access to like, you know, you drive down 51 and there's 87 health clinics that you could pull into and pharmacies and stuff like that,
right.
And there might not be one for like 30 miles up in the mountain, you know. So if we're talking about it from an access perspective, I think that is maybe like the goal behind it.
Let me ask you this. Do you support it?
I absolutely support more access to health care for more populations.
That wasn't the question.
That's the answer, though.
Ask me a question.
Ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is the sky blue?
I like pizza.
That's a good answer.
That's what you just gave me.
No,
that is the
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Sticking to it. Right. And you can get away with that.
That's it.
Like, you may not like it. You may not like it.
No, but it's
healthcare for all. I do support.
I do absolutely 100%.
I don't support y'all niggas coming door to door, knocking on my door, offering a shot. I mean, here's the thing.
If it was cancer treatment, they came door to door to offer you cancer treatment, and you had cancer, would you like, or you had someone in your family that had cancer and couldn't get treatment before, would you like?
I don't have cancer. Knock on wood.
Yeah, right.
But,
absolutely.
And if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. And right now, we talking about door to door, pushing the vaccine on everybody. Not treating something that I got. You trying to prevent me from getting something. But there's people taking this shot, and they still getting sick. I don't want to go to a Vax 2.0, but I don't need you. I just don't need you coming to the door trying to be like, yo, you need to take this shot. Because here's the thing. You're gonna. It's almost like you're giving us an opportunity, and then once they be like, all right, the first wave said no, now it's going to be start.
Well, there's been
mandate,
talks. Yeah, there's
right?
been talks on the legislation level to potentially mandate the shot, but it was disturbing to me that I forget who the lady was, but she was speaking on behalf of the shot, saying they should make it hard for anybody else who doesn't get the shot. They should make their lives harder because of whatever that agenda is, which I think is bullshit. It should my body, my choice. It should be, despite if you won't put a mandate on a person wearing condoms or situations like that, fuck at your own risk.
Go fuck at your own risk.
It should be okay. If this is the situation and you know the inherent risk, then it's on you, and I'm okay with that.
I
I'm
think
okay
at this point,
with that.
You're right. And if we're talking about like bodily autonomy and like you're in charge of your own health, absolutely, right? Your body, your choice. At this point, definitely. You know what I mean? But if you catch COVID and die from it, then that's on you. Like I mean,
exactly.
Just like if you
catch chlamydia,
anything,
and
you catch
guess
AIDS,
what?
It's on you, right?
Crapped out. Hey, what do you say? Give my dick back.
Yeah.
Give my dick back.
So if I'm going back to your question, D, I support access to healthcare and bodily autonomy at the same time, and I think you can have both.
You can have both
for sure.
I just hate how
it's just everything's politicized.
Yes, I hate it. I hate it. It's like
if
you don't go with
like unfortunately, I do think there's. And this issue aside, I think besides the politicization, there's this distrust of science, which I don't think like we should question everything. Yes, but I think there's more of a like not even like taking scientific evidence at face value anymore. You know what I mean? I feel that way.
I can see that because it's like you distrust the science because it's been politicized and weaponized.
It's just
so
a cycle,
because of
vicious
that,
cycle, right?
and it's like, you know, you look at the agenda that's being pushed. Like, you know, last year,
all sides.
or what, 4 years ago, it was like Trump versus everyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that got everybody's in an uproar, and then now all of a sudden we done switched out the names, and now we got the vax versus the unvaxxed.
Yeah,
4 years from
literally.
now, it'll be the next issue. What is it
Right?
going to be?
You see what I'm saying? So it's like
climate change or the environment.
you see what I'm saying?
I mean, they literally. I don't know if you guys heard Juvie's new song.
No, I haven't.
Yo, they redid the get
Back that ass up,
Oh,
and
really?
it's vax that ass or
Oh.
whatever, vax that ass up or whatever.
I missed that.
I mean, there's a whole movement. I actually think I was reading it was they actually like connected it to a dating app. Match owns BLK, which is a dating site specifically for people of color, and
It's a dating site called Black.
BLK, yeah, BLK, and it's like the marketing campaign that like I don't know how
in
it
the
works.
background saying backs that ass up.
Mia X, Manny Fresh.
Is that inherently racist then?
No, they coming for our
It's
age
farmers
group,
only.
bro.
I mean, it's a
Hey,
demographic.
They're
but
coming straight for our age group. This is all
that's
high school.
It's wild to me that like
Well, everything is that, right?
this is our demographic. They are coming straight at our necks.
We
right
got the
now,
earning
fellas.
potential now, right?
Like they're we've
Our
hit
buying
that mark.
power's
What did you say? No, you posted something the other day, and if you're not following Webb on social media, do it. 'Cause
Check
he
me out.
Always got some insightful things.
check
out
me
there.
out at Young
But,
Web.
But you're talking about like in terms of earning power and necessities and like luxuries becoming necessities. You can't.
Yes.
Yeah. And our generation, as D was saying, like that's a thing. Like our generation, I feel like the priorities are
Shifted.
Absolutely.
Definitely shifted. It's. I don't want to say it's going to be our own demise if we don't wake up, but at the rate we're going, it's almost like
It's
a
like
train just going full speed at the
It's
track
like we're
that's
woke,
not
but
there.
they like also like dangle the shiny thing
Yo,
over here.
it's like, look at me. So Webb says to me, he says, "Yo, you need to check out this show." And
I was watching it too.
I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna check it out. But he tried to backpedal up out of it. Like, nah, nigga.
I didn't see it. He tried to.
I was like, yo, you said watch this.
But
I'm gonna
how
go
can
watch
I say
it. So
watch
if it's
this if
good or
I've never
bad,
watched it?
All right, well,
Don't
I
even
mean,
make sense.
no,
good or
but
bad,
I've seen
it's
it.
coming back towards you.
Right.
On whatever the outcome
I'll
is.
clear that up. I
from
never
the show.
said I seen it yet.
He was advertising like, yo, you need to go check that out.
Because
like,
I came across something.
Well, sometimes though, that's like you hear about
right.
Like,
you hear about
I
it,
get
and you don't want to be the first
you-
Indian over the hill.
and especially if like I feel like this. If one of y'all said, "Hey, I heard about like X show," I would probably check it out. Just
I'm
to
gonna go check it out off
Yeah.
your
You told
strength.
me about it,
Right.
But
I also got to put it back on you
I
if I
might-
don't like it.
I might until we
can't.
clarify.
Be
that.
honest.
And
Be
I
honest.
might probably until I'd be like, "Yo, did you watch that?"
Might
if you
probably.
Didn't, okay, because then don't, because I did.
Thank
It was
you,
bad.
because I
Like,
didn't watch it yet.
Fuck that.
that
Fuck
would
that.
require
I'm putting it.
But you
I'm
know
putting
what?
right on
It was
you, bro.
pretty interesting. Your
It
boy Hitler
was.
was wild. Like the way
Yo.
the playbook on how they orchestrate that
So-
when the people tell them you're just like them. Like
Create a
it's
uniform. It's like how to, yo,
play by play
Dictator
on how
101,
to,
huh?
bro.
Literally.
So like,
it's
and,
crazy.
And when you're watching it, and then you're looking at the current events right
Yeah,
now,
the parallels.
Everything's
Yeah.
the
I'm
same,
like,
right?
yo.
Yeah, it's wild.
like he's about to come from the resurrection. They tried to get rid of me, and I'm back.
And
Mhm.
reinstate me.
Yeah,
It's insane.
Bro, it's like it's scary to think that like, hey, we've watched this happen before, and it looks like I don't want to be like, oh, not another teen movie, but not another teen
Exactly.
movie.
It's
It's about
exactly.
we got front row tickets this time, guys.
Yes.
We used to look at it in the book.
No, the bad part is it used to be like, "Hey, y'all got to come in and clean up." Like, "Hey, we need y'all like
Yeah.
to solve this." Now it's like it's happening here.
Yeah.
Then what happens? Like, who do we call to clean it up?
Who do you
like,
call to clean up?
That's what I'm saying.
That's when the
like,
revolt happens.
that's it,
That's it's
and
gonna be
it's-
the people versus
it's
the
people
USA.
It's the people versus everyone right now, and it's like did you see South Africa like popped off last
Yo,
night, and, like,
that is
and Haiti is
nuts.
popping
They
off right now. I mean, it's
assassinating.
just Cuba's popping.
Listen,
like,
speaking of Haiti, real quick, okay, with the assassination of their president, we haven't seen an assassination of a public official.
in a minute.
We've heard about it from our younger days because it happened beforehand. I think our latest
They
situation
went
was
back
JFK.
to caveman.
They
time.
went
It was
back, like, get
we
him
gonna-
outta there.
Yeah, we're gonna go
But what
back.
was even more interesting
Have
was
you heard about like this whole plot and
well,
stuff going
CNN.
down?
I heard CNN came out. I think it was yesterday that there actually was 4 U.S.
Dudes involved, right?
FBI agents
Yeah,
that
bro,
were in
we
cahoots
watched
with the
this.
situation.
We watched this.
And so then I look
we
at it
probably
like
we
did.
watched Snowfall. Y'all watched Snowfall?
I haven't.
I have not.
Mm-mm.
All right.
But okay, so if that be the case, then what is the huge agenda there? I mean, isn't Haiti paying reparations to, or not reparations, but
To
aren't
France,
they? Yeah, to France
did,
right
or
now.
I don't even think I think it's either done or it's either just recently finished or it isn't done yet.
Why
no
why are we going into Haiti to disrupt? I mean, obviously we cut off the top of the pyramid. What are they trying to implement there? I think pretty much, and this is what bothers me too with this whole vaccine situation. I'm pretty sure that Haiti, as a country, has been no vax, no mask, no mandates, and now, U.S. Let's get the president out. What is I ain't trying to say conspiracy anything like that, but I'm just trying to sift through the bullshit. Like
there's a lot of it.
I'm trying to sift through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
what
no,
is the agenda here that's going on?
There's a whole lot of things that our government probably doesn't want us to know about.
Right.
And there's things that we found out about that
And
like
it's
that are very similar to this playbook.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That like we know that like the government
and
has
it
their
spills
fingerprints on.
over as to why there's a huge demographic that just doesn't trust.
You
The
distrust.
government.
Look, for years, aliens didn't exist. You're
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, right.
Motherfucker,
Hey,
I'm 36 years old.
last
I've been
week they
screaming
said-
this
yeah,
shit
right.
since I was a kid.
Right.
this week the government
And now
comes
you
out
telling
and
me,
says, well,
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Well, technically,
it's
I mean,
just-
they've been here since 1951.
yeah, we can't say that we
Are you
did.
fucking?
Right.
But then you wonder why we don't trust, right? It's
Right.
like it's an
Mhm.
abusive relationship.
It's
Mhm.
tough. It's tough to like navigate all of it. And going back to it's like you can be like you try to be woke about it, right? Like and not even woke about it, but just like knowledgeable about these things so that like
But you can't have a knowledgeable conversation with other people.
it's hard, very hard to.
Let me ask you guys this: what is one of the most? They're in the headlines right now, so I'm trying to help you guys here. But what is one of the foundations of America as far as unity and patriotism and camaraderie?
The Olympics.
Nope. As a country, as specifically,
Hatred
no.
towards
Okay,
another
so
person.
no. Okay,
for
so
no
I'm
unnecessary reason.
all right. So both you two are off of Who
Yeah,
Wants
I'm
to Be a
out.
He said
Millionaire.
that. Look, don't call me.
Survey says.
You're gonna be
And-
That's
mad.
the audience.
D, don't Google
Don't
it.
phone a friend.
Can
Don't
we ask
phone
our
D.
producer?
Okay, so the situation I was looking at is Boy Scouts of America.
Fucking pedophile, you.
A whole.
I
They
don't know
put
which
out-
words, bro.
they
Boy
put out
Scouts are the
Catholic
fucking
Church.
Catholic.
$150 million they have to pay out to. I think it was like 84,000.
Every fucking
people.
member.
But it's like it was all
You
a
can't-
front.
you can't
The
fix it
Boy
with money,
Scouts of
bro.
America is which Boy Scouts of America. You know what I'm saying? A whole organization that was a front for pedophilia.
You can be real mad when you find out that the Girl Scout cookies are like a front for the cartel or
Yeah.
something like
Like,
that.
you know, we never questioned them. Like, where are they coming
Why are
from?
they so
Like,
good?
yeah, you
Since
know.
we're pulling up Backpage News, did y'all see that the massage therapy school has ties to like the whole? You know how like motherfuckers get be busted at the massage ring,
Like for happy endings.
Yeah.
No way.
So these niggas was running them out of the university, bruh. Like
Oh,
you could go
man.
to the school, get your thing, and then you be be like on the.
When you
on the
talk
other
about
side,
educated
like,
hands, that's like some
yeah,
real
like
stuff.
yeah.
right
So
there.
like these niggas is just trafficking bitches through. And we
It's
talk
a
about,
whole system.
but like on the outside, we like, oh, you can't get a rub and tug, but you can do it in Vegas. Like, it's like
you can't.
the
you
whole
just don't know the
underground
code word.
organization there. I mean, it's so crazy to me how the media can shift the needle from conversation to conversation. We've quickly forgot about Epstein. We've quickly forgot about Fauci and the Wuhan and
It's the
and
one
the-
next headline. What's the next headline?
I don't know.
distraction- it's the
We
distraction
should
media.
predict it. We should predict
Yeah,
it. We're
right.
going
It's like,
live.
what
The
are you
next
doing?
headline.
What is
gonna
the
be,
next headline?
I don't know.
Meteor.
That's too easy, bro. That's
Yeah.
too
They won't
easy.
tell you
It's
till
gonna
it's
be
here.
real subtle.
I thought it was
They
gonna
won't
be
tell
a-
you till it's
I
here.
thought it was gonna be aliens this month, like for real, for real.
Well,
but,
isn't that document supposed to be coming out fairly soon?
I think so, or it did already, but I don't know.
I'm not
But-
sure.
But yeah, right, they're gonna cop to that they exist. But I thought we were gonna get like the unveiling, like, hey, this is the Martian.
I
What's
mean,
up?
like
think
I
they
was
would do that?
expecting.
Probably not.
I don't think they would.
That's
Even
what I
if
was
it was
expecting,
true, I don't.
like,
I
Panic
mean,
would
I
be
was
too.
hoping to like.
They
Can we
can't.
get? You remember
They
how
can't.
back in the day, like, remember when America killed Osama?
Everybody was
bin
partying in
Laden?
the streets.
Not
and
even
stuff.
that, but Barack came on the TV like, my fellow Americans, we have done it. We've killed
Got
this
him.
nigga, right?
Mhm.
I was expecting that with this UFO release. My fellow Americans,
They can't,
this
bro.
is it.
They can't.
This is what they flying. There's 17 of
And
these
we got
guys.
them now.
These guys are good. These guys. That's what I was expecting. Not like, oh well, I mean, those videos are confirmed. Yes.
You know
we
why
don't
they're
know what
not
to
going
do
to come out with
Like,
it?
That's bullshit.
You know why? What's the biggest business in the world?
Fair.
Nope.
All right.
I mean, organization.
Religion.
The military.
Say it again.
Religion. or
Catholic
military?
Church.
Well,
Biggest
it's-
business in the
Pedophile.
world.
Well,
Okay.
pedophile
if
you.
we're talking about pedophile you,
Yeah.
Now let's talk about. Now let's go to not just the Catholic Church. No. Did you see all this stuff in Canada about them though? No?
Yo, them niggas.
About the
is-
indigenous
yo.
like
They
like,
found
schools and stuff like
yeah,
that. Basically,
all those
like
bodies
they
and
buried
stuff.
body. Like, oh, they ran
Wow.
away.
Yeah. Just
Digging the hole. Just,
Which further reiterates why the trust
So-
is
so-
just so
so
hard
military-
to be
it's
like.
not wrong.
military and religion. Why doesn't America trust America? Why don't Americans trust America?
Because they don't keep it 100.
All of
we
it.
never have. We probably never will.
Never will.
Like, so just go on the basis of that. But like going back to the UFO, I feel like with the Catholic religion, it would disrupt their pool of people, their following, and I don't necessarily think it should. Like based upon my own beliefs, we can get about that in another situation. The realization or the existence of aliens to me doesn't negate the fact of having a God, but
Or a
for
belief system.
But for
Yeah.
some people,
probably
it
will.
will
They be
go
like,
that way.
Yo, there's aliens. Yeah, I can see
So
that.
then that would put a huge damper on.
Well, doesn't the government have to kind of conspire to like keep some of that like foundational shaking stuff quiet?
Should
if
they?
Do, I mean,
Should
probably,
they,
though?
They probably
Shouldn't it be public information?
I think it should be, bro.
It should be.
I think
think
so.
But it's like, do they act in the interest of public health and safety? Like, would
Well, who
society
are they to
collapse if you,
decide?
like, because then who does it matter? Like,
Listen,
I
I don't
just-
think it would necessarily collapse because in 4 years or 8, there's going to be someone else implementing,
Well, it
right?
makes
That's
you
how our
wonder, like-
system works
Well, it
anyway,
makes you
right?
the
wonder,
next
like,
one shall rise.
like national treasure.
Voter fraud. We'll get whoever we need to
Yeah,
get in.
seriously.
Yeah, what about that
But like
shit? This
national
voter-
treasure, right? Like the book of secrets. And
Yeah.
stuff. You think that's like some? What if that's some real? Like I know it's
Yeah.
like fantasy, but like
That's what
if
they want
some
you to
real-
think, bro.
Yeah,
It probably is real.
hidden in plain sight.
I mean, that's how it goes, right?
all the time.
It's crazy. To
What
me,
they say
man.
about hip hop music? It's like the soul, like you gotta sell your soul to get into the game. and
If you rich, you
yeah.
part of
All-
Illuminati. Well,
all
Hope
of these
said that,
different
right?
rituals and like if you see this or if you see this or if you see all these different things, like
If I
and
go
that-
like
and-
this,
but
look,
like you have a conversation, it's
Uh-oh.
like, nah, you crazy, you tripping.
disregard.
And then you got somebody on the other end,
Wrote
like, no,
right
nigga, I
off.
was there, I seen it, and you're like, yeah, that nigga
Yeah,
bugging
okay.
too. Anyway, I gotta go to work in the morning, so what y'all niggas trying to do tonight?
Right. A lot of people, yeah. I mean, I get it because a lot of people don't want to focus on the what ifs of
Life.
how the world turns, and that's okay because
The
they
what
have
ifs
other
of the
shit to worry
universe.
about. They worrying what's for dinner, how I'm gonna get my son or daughter here, there, looking after family members, whatever else. I get it, but a lot of people are searching for the truth,
The
or
higher
at
mysteries,
least
as they would-
expect the truth, but we
Yeah.
don't have the time or energy to necessarily seek it out, and that's I think a fundamental problem when it comes to, I mean, our textbooks, everything. It's just like it's all been a perspective, not necessarily the truth, and that's okay. But what are the other perspectives? What are the other?
And that's a good thing. I think those other perspectives don't get talked about enough. Like
Mhm.
think of all like the indigenous cultures that have
Right.
been around for thousands of years that have been existing and
Mhm.
their interpretation of the world.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And how they perceive things and what they use to alter their realities and better perceive the world. So take mushrooms, everybody. That's my suggestion to you.
Yes,
is-
that was not on Do Not Disturb.
It
I'm sorry.
was.
I'm fucking
someone
with
slid through.
you.
But yeah, that's my thing. So, definitely considering those alternative perspectives, I think could maybe change our society for the better. But will we ever look at it that way? I don't know. There's too much money involved in global society now.
The global
Big
society.
business.
The billionaires are leaving the planet
that's
now.
what-
Like
yeah.
that's how bad it's gotten.
Who's gonna be the first trillionaire?
It's
Doesn't
Bezos. It
matter.
has to be Bezos, right?
Doesn't matter. What are they gonna do for you?
Nothing.
Do you think
Nothing.
right.
Other than give you,
And that's what's,
other than
that's
give you something else to either put in front of your face or another distraction.
Yeah,
on
they're gonna
what
go
you
to
already
Mars and start living there and just lord it,
Yeah.
and rub it in. You can't.
everyone
be
wants to be an astronaut, but don't want to save the people here,
That's it.
especially if they have the means. That's what's, and it's because of that situation that when other people finally make it, they're not gonna necessarily look back either.
Yeah,
So you
'cause
think
it
that's just
perpetuates
human genetics?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look at look.
Is it survival? Is it our survival instincts, like deeply rooted in our DNA?
It just
From-
goes back to the cellular
survive.
level, right?
That's
The
it.
biggest cell always wins.
But now it's just survival is not like who had the strongest swimmers or like could hunt the best or whatever.
Mhm.
It's like
It's the
who
first
has the
one to
biggest
leave the
bank
planet.
account. Yeah, who can leave who can colonize Mars first.
Yeah.
That's like the sign
that's
of
your
like
yeah.
survival now. I don't know, like, but that's what our society seems to think that like money is what makes.
It
I don't know, that's
sucks.
how I'm
It
starting to
sucks,
see-
right? Because when
like,
you
that's
take the
only
money,
value of survival and success and prolonging is how much money can you obtain.
right? And it's like when you take the money out, right? When you eliminate like the money aspect from like your day to day, and you look at
Mhm.
everything else that's important, the only other thing you have left is family,
Yeah.
right? The people in your house, like.
Yeah,
I'll
your
be
tribe.
broke. I'll. It's okay. I'll be broke as long as I still got my tribe, right? But like, everybody will be like, "You're chasing to get this money. You're chasing to get the money. I got the bag. I got the bag. I got the bag." And then once you obtain the bag, everything else behind you is not there. So now you got all this money and you by yourself, or you isolated because you don't trust nobody else around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just trying to take my money. So now it puts you in a different mind state, in a state of
Well,
mind.
they say
that-
it's the root of all evil, right?
I mean, it just sucks.
Money
bro,
could be
because-
a hell of a master, but it's a better servant if you utilize it the right way.
That's it. Love of money is the root of all evil, right?
Yeah,
That's-
for
so,
sure.
So to transition into this money, those of us with kids, did you get your Biden check?
I don't know. I didn't check yet.
Oh, okay.
Did
I'm
you
about
get
to
it?
blow that motherfucker.
No, you gotta tuck it, man.
Sock it
Money.
away,
See,
right?
the money, right? You just get
Here
it
it
in,
is,
right?
yeah,
Like,
right,
let's hold
right.
the money, hold the money, hold the money.
No, I'm just saying. I
don't
mean,
know.
there's nothing wrong with saving. I'm looking down the road. You said you about to blow. What you about to buy?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I have no idea.
What are you about to
yet.
contribute to the gross domestic product of the United States?
I might go get a bicycle.
Okay,
For your
good.
kid? You use it
No,
for-
for him.
For me.
Selfish.
He got
The
a
money
bike.
for him, right? The money for the kids.
The-
and
the-
nah,
the money-
player.
the money
you
for the
don't
house,
need that.
nigga.
You don't need that.
That was unaccounted for. Let's go.
You,
Where we
you don't
going?
need
You want to go
that.
to
That should
Kennywood?
go in his bank account.
Look, you want to go to Kennywood?
529, right?
Yeah. That's
So-
the way I look at it. But, priorities are priorities.
But hey, it goes back to like the whole like I don't mind paying a little more if it goes to like for kids or
Yeah.
healthcare for
Yeah.
everybody or
Right.
or.
But you said
or I would-
earlier, a few episodes ago, you don't want to pay more taxes.
Did I say I didn't want to pay more in taxes?
I think, yeah. And the one
Then-
episode,
then
we'll have
that- then- now, if we
viewers,
wanna say
go
that,
check
yeah,
back.
check
Go
it out.
check back.
Please
and
do.
correct me if
Because that
I'm
means
wrong.
y'all paying
That's
attention.
all.
So I appreciate that. If I said I didn't want to pay more in taxes, that's probably along the lines of these motherfuckers above us ain't paying their fair share in taxes.
Right.
So I want to
Right.
say that's
And
probably where that
that's
came
a valid
from.
point, bro.
But-
That's a valid
so,
point.
And then I do believe that when we was talking about getting these checks the last, I was like, yo, I'm about to blow that bitch. I feel like I said that too.
Yeah.
So
That's okay. I mean, hey, it's your money.
It's your
like,
money.
It's your money.
It's just money, bro.
I want it now.
Right? JG Wentworth.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I don't know, man.
They said it's going to keep coming for, I've heard two things. The remainder of the year or potentially longer.
But like, here's the thing. I don't want to feel guilty because like I was like, oh, this is my what do we call it? My Biden dollar, my Biden bucks. I don't want to take my Biden bucks and then like and then I got to sit here on World Star and watch these niggas blow PPP loans like it's like they going out of style. Like you're
Yeah.
like, but then like
Yeah.
hold on, y'all gonna get mad at me because a nigga blew. But these
1,500. When
these
someone
niggas got
dropped 25K.
fake businesses. You ain't even got a business ID. What's your tax ID number? What is that?
Your social? Like, I'm a sole proprietor.
Right.
I got 17 employees. But yeah, fuck that. Yeah, $500. I'm sorry. It ain't gonna make or break nobody. But again, I understand.
I
it.
feel like it's owed
appreciate
to
it.
us, though. It's owed to us.
But that
so.
should be another standard. Like I think there should be a universal like income.
I agree with that, man.
Just
What do
like
you mean a universal income?
Like I think as an American citizen, for all these punk ass hours we put in and all this work we do for the economy and the taxes y'all take out of, you need to be giving me back on top of what I make. There should be a $1,000, $2,000 monthly stipend for every American.
Help battle inflation. We're maybe on the brink of hyperinflation.
We sound like a whole bunch of socialists.
We
right
really
now,
are. Well, I'm the resident socialist in this podcast. So I'm
I don't
glad
like
that
to
you
be
all
boxed
are joining.
in. I don't like to be boxed in.
It's
You
only
can
taking a
classify me
resident
whatever you
socialist.
want.
It's
but-
only
But-
taken a
couple
whole
years.
season, but I'm getting you guys over here.
Yeah.
But I mean, but really though, like I mean, the money would just go back to the Bezoses and the Zuckerbergs because we're gonna spend it at.
But
you know what I
like,
mean?
you know what sucks?
The average person's gonna spend it. They're not saving it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and the best thing you can invest in is your children.
Well, don't go buy that bike.
Maybe I'll go buy them a box.
You
I don't
didn't
know
say
what I'm
that.
gonna buy.
You said
I
maybe
just- I
I'm
threw
gonna
a-
buy myself a bike.
Yeah,
That's what
I
you
threw a
said.
filler, and you said, "What you gonna buy?" I don't know. What you gonna buy? I don't know, nigga. A bike,
You know,
Savings
you was
bond.
pretty
a
confident with
savings
that bike.
bond, huh? Yeah, I may do that. Get him a CD.
There you go.
Yeah,
I mean, some
Make
tuck
them
it.
Biden
That's what
bucks
I'm
work
talking
for
about.
you.
my
Tuck
Biden
it.
bucks.
If imagine if you can tuck all that money that was unaccounted for. It's almost like this is the I don't want to say
I might just pay
Go
my
ahead.
mortgage, make a double payment with it.
there you
pay
go,
them. There
right?
you
Get
go.
ahead.
Yeah,
Like that's
see.
what I'm
Build
saying.
more
like,
equity.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
options, right?
yes. The
At what-
end game. What's the
That's
end
it.
game?
At
You
some
know?
point, your thinking starts to change, and you start to think like this, like that.
If I want $100,
You know what
if
I
I
mean?
want $100,000 car,
Right.
instead of thinking or wishing and hoping, make a plan. And if that plan is 5, 10, 15, whatever it is, make
Till
a
you get,
plan.
yeah, till you get
You
it.
know what I'm
Do you
saying?
have-
And work towards that
if you
instead of just doing it day by day and hoping.
if you win it, do you have the like? Here's the thing. I like. All right, because I'm weird and I like game shows like Jeopardy and shit like that, right? Do you know you have to pay taxes on that?
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
you win it, right?
Yeah.
So like you win $100,000 car, and if it's 6%,
70 grand.
Yeah.
you know, like you got to come out of pocket for that. So I just sell it. Like,
Yeah,
if
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I have a car. I got
I'm
here.
good. I got 4
I took a
wheels.
flight.
Is there a cash option?
Like,
I was going home anyway.
I'm gonna auction this off for St. Jude.
That's right. That's right. Split the proceeds. Something.
now
yeah.
it's a tax write off.
But I'm a
That's right.
philanthropist. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
This nigga gave. He's a philanthropist. He gave away a car he won.
hey,
Hey,
You gotta do what you gotta
it
do
is.
out here,
It's not like it was used.
right?
Yeah, I'm just on my
Brand new
part.
car.
Brand new.
They gave it to me. I'm giving it to y'all. It's like,
He's a
well, is that
philanthropist.
kind of like the Monopoly? I got this game piece.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give it to you.
They go clash in. Hell yeah! I mean, look, we all saw the documentary. If you haven't, I'm sorry, but yeah, if somebody came to you and was like, "I got the $1 million Monopoly prize, but we got to split it 50-50,"
I'll take $500K.
what the
Yeah.
fuck argument do I have,
I
bro?
have no
I
qualms
have
about
no
that.
qualms.
All the
about that,
motherfuckers went down though.
bro.
They did.
All-
I mean, eventually,
Even
it happens,
homeboy, because
like-
they sold him a story. He said, "Listen, I'm going through a divorce. I don't necessarily want my wife to get this money. So why don't you cash it in? Just give me the money so I can put up for the divorce,
then
pay
we
for
be
that."
out. I'm out.
And he was like, "Bet," and still went down.
Down.
How does that hold in court? Like he did not know. Like that's that bullshit. Like
What'd you get
Guilt.
convicted for? Having bad friends.
literally, like he sold me on a dream. Like I was just trying to help
what
him
it
out.
have.
Right. So, but yeah, fellas. Moving forward, I think I'm excited for what's to come. We got some things in the works we definitely need to collaborate on. But I just want to say to the viewers, thanks again. Thanks again for staying tuned in.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Through the hiatus, want me to be on this podcast. We back in full effect, ready to give you guys the content you guys are looking for. Appreciate all the feedback, and stay tuned for everything that's to come. Any other final words?
Yeah, I thank you to everyone that watches and listens and pays attention and helps us on social media. We love you, and we love you tuning in, so thank you for that. I also want to say you made a good point about getting the bag. I'll add to that. Get the bag, then help your friends get the bag, then profit
Yo.
together. That's
That's
the name
it.
of the game.
That's the
So
name of the
we'll
game.
just amend those rules, but that's all I got. Tune in next time. Oh, and I want to shout out our producer, Fresh.
Yeah,
Thank
Fresh.
you, Fresh. Yeah, we have
On the sticks for
on
us.
the sticks in the new dig. So we appreciate that, my man. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thank you for all of our viewers, everybody who's tuning in. We see that we got some more followers coming in, so we appreciate that. So
Yes.
let's keep that rolling. Like as always, guys, just try to take the high road. Love someone. Be kind. Be nice. You know what I mean? It goes so far. What you put out into the universe definitely comes back. With all the other bullshit going on around you, if you do your part to stay positive, positivity is going to come right back to you, man. I believe in that wholeheartedly. And with that being said, I love you guys.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.
Your step, hey,
Hard step on the dirty ass nigga, you're upset. Get a check, fuck a bitch, look at her sis like you're on deck. Yes, sir. You ain't fucking with my gang, we at your neck. Fuck a flex.